Cody in the morning. WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Well, there we are, into your life and living room, perhaps, or wherever you stream us. It's Coffee, Country, and Cody from the Grand Ole Opry Plaza. This is the Simply Superior Springer Mountain Farms Acuff House Studio. Country music living room, I affectionately call it, because about where I'm sitting is where his recliner was, maybe a little more to my right. And his television was over in that corner over there. And we've got this famous photo that hangs out in the hallway by the green room.
It's one of my favorites.
Him, probably between shows, because he had on a white shirt and a tie, but he didn't have his jacket on.
Yep.
And he was kind of sitting with his knees bent, leaning forward. And he was, I promise you, he looked like he was watching the Porter Wagoner show or something.
I was like, or the news or something.
Remember those old fences that they had as a part of the set?
Oh, yeah.
They had wooden fences like you'd see on the farm, and you could just barely see that in the right corner of the photo.
You got better eyesight than I do there.
And I thought, he was taking a break from the Opry and watching country music.
Yeah. Yep. It's in his blood.
He was either between shows or getting ready to go.
Yep.
But he didn't have to go far, because this is where he lived from 1984 till he passed in 1992. Mr. Acuff. There's a great quote that came out of Opry 100. I saw it the other day that Hank Williams said of Roy Acuff back in the 30s and 40s. He said, in the South, he said, Roy Acuff was number one. Jesus was number two.
In the South.
That's how big a deal he was.
It's a big deal. It was a big deal.
When he came to town, it was something.
I love that photo. When I walked into the studio the first time, I was like, we need to blow that up. We need to make that bigger.
Well, in the green room, we got a huge mural of him.
Man, but that picture is so special. So
I wish we still had the television he was watching. Big old cabinet TV.
Yeah, man.
That'd be great to have.
That would be cool.
A tube type, right?
Yeah.
It may only get reruns of the Porter Wagoner show.
You had to get up, turn that big monster knob at the top.
Oh,
yeah. Well, Amber is in for Kelly Sutton this morning, Amber Anderson. And Annie is here. Annie Nye, she's here. She made a road trip to Huntsville over the weekend and actually drove up this morning. And Jeff Roberts is in master control. Great to have Jeff back, rock solid up there. And David Reed is in for Charlie Mattos this morning. Always good to see you.
Good to see you, sir.
And, so, how you enjoying doing that nighttime thing?
Man, I love it. It's a dream come true.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Aww.
Good for you.
Don't tell them I would do this for free. But they
pay
me
to
say
do
that.
In the history of WSM Radio, they will gladly let you do it for free.
I'm well aware of that history.
I will never forget
I was there for some litigation.
Coming to WSM in 94. Ralph Emery had championed me. We had gotten to know each other in my San Antonio years. And when I got here, took the job, I got here, we were visiting a couple of days in, and he goes, did you have to take a pay cut to come? And I said, as a matter of fact, I did. And he goes, good. So did I. On his way to the Hall of Fame, I might add. Amber, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Well, in entertainment, we're going to be talking about our favorite topic. That's Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, she is collecting one other Hall of Fame and putting it in her collection. So we're going to talk about that. And then the baseball lover in me is very excited because Carrie Underwood has been announced as the Saturday night headliner of the Field of Dreams. So we'll talk about that. And then we've been talking a lot about Hallmark, and we're going to keep talking about it because we've got country representation all over the Hallmark Channel right now. So very, very exciting stuff.
From the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk this morning, Matt Rogers. I jumped ahead of myself earlier in promoting Liam St. John and Seth Costner. That's tomorrow's show. But Matt Rogers with a new single, Margaritas for Christmas. What could possibly go wrong? Somehow I hear Robert O'Keefe being sampled with Merry Christmas from the Family before this is over.
Somewhere Jimmy Buffett's proud of that.
Yeah,
right.
Boy.
Yeah.
And then Sara Douga, our Cajun buddy, she's coming in, got new music, Same Town, which is available now. And Country Soul Sister Sunday, she and Mindy M. Miller at the Nashville Palace. She'll be here a little later on.
From the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Matt Rogers, sit down. Pull up a chair, sit down, and make yourself at home. It's good to see you again, boy.
How are y'all?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Ready for a big Thanksgiving?
Well, hang on just a second there. You get him? So, yeah, Thanksgiving, we were talking about the holidays, and you were laughing, saying, you got any leftover deviled eggs when you walked in?
Sounds good to me.
Hard to beat a deviled egg.
I love them.
You like paprika? A little extra paprika?
I didn't used to.
No.
But now I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
You know, I found a restaurant in Nebraska that has like 32 different flavors of deviled eggs. It's the whole restaurant. It's like their whole thing.
How do you flavor deviled eggs?
Crazy stuff, like a stuffed jalapeno popper deviled egg, or like a buffalo chicken deviled egg.
No, wait a minute. You just can't roll into here and say that without an address, a phone number, and a
David's
website
like,
for this
I'm
place.
trying to get on a plane and go to Nebraska.
I have never wanted to go to Nebraska until now.
Omaha, baby.
What's the name of the place? Do you know?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I'm looking it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I think
right,
it's in Omaha, Nebraska.
I think it's called Heaven.
I think it's called Heaven.
Well, nice to see you. Where will you spend the holidays?
Heading down to Georgia to my parents' house. I'm going to see some family and do some of that stuff. So that'll be fun. Going to be heading down in a couple of days. But was able to come by and see you guys before we get out of town. For everybody takes the day off for a turkey nap.
Yeah. Where about in Georgia?
Eatonton, Georgia is my hometown.
Okay.
Yeah, it's between Atlanta and Augusta on I-20. It's kind of central Georgia.
Okay, cool. It's called the Deviled Egg Company.
Oh, that
Okay.
makes
So
sense.
That sounds
real creative.
Yeah. They didn't have to think about naming it too hard.
David, I'll text this to you.
Yes, please.
Okay. The Deviled
trip.
Egg Company, Omaha, Nebraska.
So you used a medical background to support your music habit.
Yeah, for a while. Yeah, I did.
And then started making trips to Nashville, as I recall.
Yep, finally made that move to go full time in 2015. So they say 10-year town, so any minute now. No, it's funny. We were just talking about Ashley McBride. You just had her performance up, and that crew was some of the first people I met when I moved to town. And this was before, even her first EP had come out with Bible in a 44 and all of that stuff. And it was so funny because in the back of my head, I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to move to Nashville. I'm going to take this town by storm. I got here, and the first person I met was Ashley McBride. I'm like, I need to go back home and polish up a little bit.
She's just a force, isn't she?
God, she's one of the truest talents I've ever seen.
And she just has like a presence. Like, yeah, you just meet her and you're like, you're a star.
Well, I mean, even back then, she'd hop on the guitar, and everyone would just...
Yeah. She's just a force.
And so where
I
would
love
she
her.
have been playing in those days? And where was the first place
The
you
first
played?
time I saw her, it was CMA Week, I guess 2013, at the old listening room that was on 2nd Avenue.
Wow.
And Murph Music and Song Factory was doing like a showcase. And it was and I had a buddy, Kalen Garner, a guy that was on The Voice that I went to college with, was in that group and like introduced me to everyone.
Nice.
And I'm watching that crew and I'm just like completely jaw on the floor the whole time. It was just unbelievable.
So where was the first place you played?
First place I played in Nashville, that'd be tough to even remember. I think probably out at the Fontanelle.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I think I did an event
Barbara
out-
Mandrell's
I
old
think,
place. Yeah, that they had
been out there.
converted into a performance venue.
Wow, it's beautiful out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But Old Red worked its way in as time went on, did it not?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the stomping grounds nowadays. I feel like I played the very first day they were open in 2018.
Wow.
I was like it was like Blake, one other person, and then me. I was like the third person ever to play.
So Blake opened for you?
Yeah,
That's right. That's
what
right.
I'm talking about.
So things are working out.
Have you had a chance to get to know him well, stay in touch with him at all?
You get to see him occasionally. He's one of those things where it's just like, nice to meet you, Mr. Shelton. Try not to be in the way and try to act like you've been there before. You know?
Yeah.
He's a megastar. So,
But you've had great songwriting success in addition to your artist success. And I was just looking at your short list, which isn't as short as it once was because it's growing. But Randy Houser, Brett Eldridge, Luke Bryan, Justin Moore, Dustin Lynch, Rodney Atkins, Cody Johnson.
well, a lot of, I won't say all of them, but a lot of those, there's another Matt Rogers in town that wrote the Cody Johnson song and wrote the Randy Houser #1 and had a Justin Moore cut. So he, it's funny, there's 3 Matt Rogers total in town that I know of. One was on American Idol and was he's the announcer for the Titans. The PA announcer for the Titans.
How about that?
And then there's another Matt Rogers that is a songwriter that's been kind of killing it lately, winning a Grammy with the Till You Can't and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then here I am writing songs and trying to weasel my way into the artist side of things. And it's been kind of cool to see all three kind of in town.
Yeah.
So I'm the youngest, so we call them MR1, MR2, MR3. So,
and where do we find you on socials so we've got the right one as our audience?
At Matt Rogers Country on almost any social media, or mattrogerscountry.com.
Sweet. Well, I always ask songwriters and artists, did you always want to be an artist? Or did you, once you got in and started writing songs, you're like, I want to sing my own songs? Because I think sometimes, like, we've talked to so many people and they're like, I just want to be a songwriter. I have no interest in being an artist. And I know there's a fine line between the two.
I have such a love affair with this whole process that it would be hard for me to pinpoint anything. And I don't think they're really indistinguishable. I think everyone is an artist. Like, if you write songs, you are an artist.
For sure.
Whether you claim to be or not.
Yeah.
That's part of the deal, I think. And so oftentimes you see folks that come here to be an artist and then start having a lot of success on the songwriting side, so they will continue with that path. But I don't think there's really one without the other, in my opinion.
Sure. I think there's just some people who want to be on the stage and some people that are like, I want no part of that. I want to stay behind the scenes. I want to be in the writing room.
Totally.
I don't want to be up there. I want other people to sing my songs. I don't necessarily want to do that.
Never forget Mike Reed, Nashville Songwriter Hall of Famer. What a jewel he is. Absolutely. Musical jewel in this town. And a great friend for decades. I will never forget, he was such a successful songwriter. He and Millsap had a run. And then he signed a label deal. And you may remember Walk on Faith right out of the box was a #1 record for him as an artist. And he said, the next thing I know, I'm on a tour bus, I'm selling merch, I'm signing autographs, I'm never home.
Blink and it'll happen.
And then when things started to wane and the label deal went away, he said, oh, listen, let me tell you, I love touring like I do now. I took it for granted in the old days. Putting on my bathrobe, my house shoes, and touring by going to the mailbox, getting my check, and walking back to the house. That's touring for Mike Reed. So there is something to be said for those who, as you mentioned, Amber,
they just like to
being
be
out there is not what certainly isn't where it's at for them.
What's really fun is, like, we've seen people, like, I remember way back in the day, we had a conversation with Ryan Hurd, and he was like, I just want to write. Like, I don't want to be on a stage. I don't want to be. And then the next thing you know, he writes this. He just like, I'm going to put this EP out of some stuff I've written. Next thing you know, there he is. He's on the stage. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I got a taste and I loved it. Like, I want to be out in front of people, especially when you're writing and being so vulnerable. And they're, your stories, your songs. I can see how you just like, I want to be the one to deliver that to the masses too. So I definitely think this is a beautiful blend of both. So to your point, I think Nashville's so good at blending both.
Folks like that, selfishly too, you're just like, please be an artist.
Yeah, right. Please, that's what we were like,
I want to be able to watch you play.
Yeah. So it's really cool that you decided like that, that about yourself and want to sing your songs. I love that. That's great.
And add to the Ryman Hospitality Properties commitment, Old Red, Category 10 has a lot to do with the gigs that you've got coming up here in the near future, too.
Yeah, it's fun to squeeze into those and be able to do some of that stuff in town, especially in the slower season here when we're not on the road so much. It's, get the guys in there, make sure they're not getting rusty, not displaying. But it is fun to go in and be a part of such great properties and all under this Ryman umbrella, Opry umbrella. So,
Old Red tomorrow night. Matt Rogers is here if you just joined us. Upcoming gigs, in addition to Old Red tomorrow night, or the 25th. It'd be tomorrow night, be Tuesday, right? And then Thursday, you're at Category 10.
What's the craziest thing? Do you see this crazy stuff on the regular playing downtown in Nashville?
Man.
I can only imagine.
That is so hard.
I know.
I would have to get a list and start writing
I just can only imagine.
It is just such a train wreck down there sometimes. But, it is an awful lot of fun.
Yeah.
Too. You get to meet people from all over the world, and they're just so excited to be here, and they're such lovers of country music, and that's a really
It's
cool
super
thing to
special
see.
and so unique about our city that you can walk into any bar and you're going to hear world-class talent. And yeah, I think that's, I can only imagine.
Next Wednesday, the 3rd, that date I mentioned, is a Second Chance K9 at the Shelby. Give us a little backstory on that. And I know you're also celebrating margaritas for Christmas during that event, too.
Absolutely. I've had a whole new renewed sense of purpose after I put out the song that we talked about earlier this year called Camouflage, about the loss of my friend Corey, who was a 23-year U.S. Marine Corps and Army vet.
Which you did here on our Assembly Food Hall acoustic stage.
Correct. Yeah, and
I think maybe the first time we did it on national television, right?
That's correct.
Was that morning,
Yeah.
your live performance.
And that we had such a great reception of that and different outlets, and we played it July 4th here at the Opry Outside Summer Concert Series, and it's just renewed my whole sense of that thinking of what my purpose with my music and my voice can be. So my buddy Travis Hall, who is a U.S. Army Special Forces guy, actually one of the first combat units to have dogs in combat. He runs a organization called Second Chance K9, where he rescues German Shepherds and Belgian Mouse and trains them to be service dogs for special operations veterans. Really great organization. He's a really great human. And they're small. I like working with some of these smaller organizations because I see how hard they're working and I see where the work and the money goes, versus some of these big things where they have consultants on salary for $750,000 a year or something. And that's not really throwing any shade. It's just, I know where this guy's heart is. And he being a special operations veteran, his heart is with special operations veterans. So, and we're just still we're right in the middle of that fight, trying to end that 22 a day and end veteran suicide. So it's really cool to be able to use my platform to do something like that. So we're going to celebrate my Christmas single, Margaritas for Christmas. We've got a tequila sponsor. We're going to have some margaritas for everybody. And,
Who's your sponsor?
So I have to change the, I'm going to have to maybe change some lyric in the song because I say Casamigos in the song.
Radio edit.
Yep.
It's good to have choices.
Right.
That's right. But we actually had a really premium brand step up. And for whatever reason, my mind is blanking on me right now.
That's all right. You can find it while we play the song.
What was that? Lalo Tequila. There we go. Thank you, David, publicist in the background, saving the day.
Who's sitting off camera in the corner having a sip right now.
That's right. That's right. Maybe
Pay
I
no
had too
attention
much
to
of
the
it
man
last
behind
night.
the curtain.
That's right. We can hear his voice. We just can't see him from where we're sitting. It's so funny. But Margaritas for Christmas, our special guest, Matt Rogers.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
From the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk. Got his guitar in his lap. That means good things are coming from Matt Rogers. We got to hear Margaritas for Christmas. What was the idea behind that? Where did you come with that thought?
Well, I walked into the writing room down on the road. We were at Curb Music and walked in, and it was June, and it was like 104 degrees outside. And I said, we should write a Christmas song. That's when they write them,
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm sweating from the walk in here. I don't know how Christmassy I'm feeling, but I was getting ready to go to Mexico, and I told them that story, and somehow along the way we stumbled upon margaritas.
How about that?
It's always so hot when everyone's writing these Christmas songs and recording these Christmas albums. They were saying like, oh, we turned down the air in the studio to make it colder. We put up Christmas lights. You got to set the vibe,
Got to.
It kind of only makes sense because I listen to Jimmy Buffett during the winter because I'm looking for an escape. Maybe that's why you write
That was
Christmas
my-
songs
There
in
you
the summer.
go, trying to get some relief.
That was our thought, your mental vacation this year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And tomorrow night, you'll get to hear it live at Old Red. That'll be the next opportunity here in Nashville. And then on the 3rd, celebrating Second Chance K9. You talked earlier about when you came and you performed Camouflage and how that kind of changed the direction for you and things that are of utmost importance in your life, things you're passionate about. Follow up on Camouflage and what's happened since you were here and how people can still be a part of that.
Yeah, it's just a whole renewed sense of purpose for me. So many of my closest friends are combat veterans and law enforcement and firefighters, first responders, things like that. And
Were you ever National Guard or military service?
I did
at all?
not do any military stuff because I did have a full ride to college, but I went into law enforcement briefly. But that was one of those 4 or 5 careers that happened in 4 or 5 years before I moved here. So, it was just one of those things that and these are my friends and these are people that I was close to, and I feel like I understood how their brain worked a little bit. And then the loss of a friend kind of spurred all of that. And my long-term guitar player, Nick Reed, who's a U.S. Army combat vet, he's lost a lot of friends the same way too. So we wrote that song more or less out of therapy. But it's been so cool now. The song's called Camouflage. Every stream, every penny that it earns goes right to Brothers Keeper Veteran Foundation, headquartered in Georgia. And they do great work. At any given time, they have 80 to 90 veterans in their care that use on average of like up to 5 or 6 resources, whether that be sober living or VA benefits or mental health and so on and so forth. And they just do unbelievable work. And I've really just dug my feet in here, and I'm really trying to be in that fight to end 22 a day and help end veteran suicide. So go stream Camouflage or go check out the music video and know that you're actually raising money for that organization.
And how well has it done so far?
It's been a really, really cool thing. We did a release show here in town, and with everything so far, we have a co-branded T-shirt on the website as well. So we've raised about $35,000 so far.
Good for you.
That's great.
And we hope to do a whole lot more. So go stream it and check it out.
And also check out LALO Tequila.
Yes.
That's right.
Which is the sponsor for this.
Lalo, now I'm ready.
You pulled it up, and it says wineandmore.com. This, all these high-end websites, and it says Target.
There we go.
Yes.
They got
Right by the pillow section.
You got it going on at Target. Who
It's
knew?
the tequila of the people, and we can appreciate that.
You've shared the stage with folks like Chris Stapleton, Locash, Brothers Osborne, Clint Black, Cole Swindell, Jay Cohen. Any particular stories come to mind, things you've learned or friendships you developed out of having a chance to be on those bills?
Well, a couple of those folks I knew before the rest of the world knew them. So
Kind of
that
like
was,
the Ashley McBride story.
right. So that was cool. One of the funniest things is doing a show. I did a show right down the road here at the hotel with Chris Stapleton one time. And it was for the VA Department of Defense. It was to end veteran suicide as well. And boy, I'm telling you, I'm glad I got to sing first, But it was so funny because I'm sitting there side stage, and he asked the crowd at one point, he's like, "What do you guys want to hear?" And somebody hollered a song that he released before the rest of the world knew Chris Stapleton, called "What Are You Listening To?"
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my
I
favorite.
love that song.
And he was like, "I don't
that
even
song's
know what key this is," and I couldn't even. I felt my body saying it, and I couldn't stop it. I was like, "Is it B flat?" And he kind of looked over at me, and I was like, "Sorry."
You're like, I love that song. It's my favorite.
Wingman.
I would have done.
I can play it for you.
Seriously, I would have done the same thing. I don't know music keys, but that song. That's how I discovered him. I had that song on repeat.
That's such a
So
good
good.
Well, what you gonna play this morning? You got your guitar tuned
let's
and good
see.
to go?
Yeah, let's see. That sounds like a chord. Here's one called "Never Know World."
Matt Rogers, thank you as always. Man, that's a great piece of philosophy right there, isn't it?
So good.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for sharing it with the world. WSM Radio, Circle Country Television. Margaritas for Christmas, that's the new single. Again, it's Lola Blanco White.
Yes, sir.
That's
There
what
we go.
we're looking for.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So I mentioned that because what he's got going on, and you can find all his stuff on the website, which is mattrogerscountry.com, as he gets ready for the Second Chance K-Night event at the Shelby here in Nashville. That's on December 3rd. Between now and then, tomorrow night, Old Red, Thursday, Category 10, and then again, the Shelby. That's in December 3rd, and they're all, again, at mattrogerscountry.com. Happy Thanksgiving. Is where Amber Anderson is going to take us right now. Mm-hmm. Friday night, 2 shows,
Friday
100 birthdays.
It's happening.
Yeah.
We've been celebrating all year long. And Friday night, it's the night. Our 2-show night celebrating our 100th birthday. How exciting. I mean, it's just kind of like everything has been like leading up to this.
My question is this the day there's finally cake? Because I've been looking forward to cake all year long.
And you know what?
And I have not seen any cake yet.
This is so funny because the Opry loves cake.
Yes.
Like, we have cakes for everything. We had a cake for our Amazon Music Country Heat Takeover.
Oh,
we had a big cake
must
for
be
that.
nice.
There'll be cake.
You want the best cake story ever on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry?
Sure.
Ronald Reagan, President of the United States, has come to visit us. We have the Opry set up and tables, like 6 top Opry artists, and everybody has gone through the line back to their tables with their cake. The president is making his way. The president gets up to the cake table. Stonewall Jackson hops up out of his chair, cuts in front of the president of the United States with Social Security, with Secret Service, security everywhere, kind of eases in with his arm against the president, says, "Excuse me, boss man, I got to get Mama Doll another piece of that cake."
I thought you were about to say he took the last piece of cake and Ronald Reagan didn't get any cake.
Miss Juanita wanted another pice of cake, and she got one.
Hey.
And he said the president was so gracious, he just kind of chuckled and backed up. But when I asked him, I said, "I'd heard that story as legend. Is it true?" And he goes, "Yeah, he know better than the rest of us." And it just slayed me, the honesty in that.
You know what I hear out of that? If he wanted to, he would. He would move a president out of the way to get you cake if you asked him to. That's what I heard in that story. But it's going to be an insanely amazing night. We have so many members and friends that are coming to celebrate with us. Here are just a few: Trace Atkins, Mandy Barnett, T. Graham Brown, Stephen Curtis Chapman, Henry Cho, the Gatlin brothers, Dustin Lynch, Scotty McCreery, Pam Tillis. I mean, the list goes on and on. We still have people confirming, so we have no idea who's going to show up. But two shows, 7 o'clock, 9:30. Tickets are still available. So if you want to come, bring your family, have a Black Friday celebration with us. Everybody come to the Opry, Opry100.com for tickets.
And it kind of sounds like the cast of Christmas at the Grand Ole Opry on Hallmark, too, doesn't it?
Yep.
We're back to wrap it up on television in just a moment. Hang on.
Live from the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk.
As we welcome our longtime friend Sara Douga back, and she brought the fam. Here it is, Thanksgiving, kind of feeling like it with kiddos walking in with you this morning.
That's right. We brought the whole crew.
So who's accompanying you?
Well, it's just me playing.
Right.
But that's KS and Catherine back behind us. That's my 2 babies.
Well, KS is spelled how?
CAIUS.
Where'd you get that?
That was the 28th Pope. You know, when you're raised Catholic down in Louisiana, you're meant to name them all after something.
I was going to ask the same question. It's such a cool name.
And you want him to grow up to be a priest, right?
Oh, me? No. You do what you want. I was just doing what I was meant to do.
What a cool name.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Oh, she's got new music. We're going to share that. It's called Same Town. It's out now wherever you get your music. This Sunday, you're playing the Country Soul Sisters Sunday.
That's right.
Tell us more about that with Mindy and Miller.
Oh, man, I love Mindy Miller. It's been so much fun to watch her have her big moment with Snoop Dogg on The Voice right now. We've been doing that gig for a little over a year together. We met and we just fell in love. It's like before Ella and Lainey and May and Emily Ann got big, it was rare to find other country girls that were like singing real country music. So we just held on to each other and said, "Oh my God, you're my country music soul sister." So we do Soul Sister Sundays over at the Nashville Palace.
You mentioned those other names that are enjoying success now. So you all knew each other when you weren't enjoying success.
I knew Lainey before she moved. Well, before I moved here. So before she even signed her deal, I guess. I met her in Baton Rouge at the 3rd Street Songwriters Festival. I don't know if you remember CJ Solar. He wrote Up Down.
Yeah, he's been a guest on the show.
His mama used to put on a songwriters retreat, like a festival for everybody to come home, and I met Lainey there. And then Ella and I got
Were both of you already here by then, and you just went back?
I wasn't here yet. Lainey was, though, but
Okay.
she hadn't been here long. And that was about 2017, I guess. And then Ella and I kind of came in about the same time. As a matter of fact, the girl I wrote this song with, Joy Beth Taylor, wrote Weren't for the Wind and the one that she just got, the Texas one. She's in Texas.
Yeah.
So Joy Beth and I wrote Same Town together, too. So we're all in the same crew of people. Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably the thing I talk about most whenever I talk to an artist about moving to Nashville and finding your people, because you hear so many things you hear so many stories about songwriters coming in and finding their crew. Like it's kind of like dating, right? You're like getting in the room, you're talking to people and you're like, that was good, but it wasn't quite right. Yeah. But then, like you said, you get in the room with somebody who gets you and you're like, yes. And then you kind of build from there.
Well, it's kind of like Emily Ann. Blake Shelton got her right off the bat on The Voice. And he will often walk in a room if she's playing and go, why is this woman not a superstar?
Yeah.
She is getting closer all the time,
God,
isn't she?
She's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And you know what? The thing about finding your people is that then you don't care about the result.
Right.
It's like you're just there to make something amazing with your friends.
Exactly. And you cheer each other on and you're in you're in each other's corner, and that's such an important part of this town, I think.
I agree.
So Lake Charles or Sulphur is home?
I'm from Sulphur, but I went to school at McNeese.
Okay.
And pretty well all of Southwest Louisiana is the same. So, I just say Lake Charles. But I'm from Sulphur. I was Miss Sulphur High School, so let's not.
Get out.
Yeah.
I love it.
So do you get like a crown and a sash?
I don't think did I? I think I might have. I don't know. I was at a hog show right before I went to that. So I didn't.
Were you performing or
No,
were
I
you
was
showing?
showing hogs.
You were showing hogs?
Probably my black hog named Loretta.
So what breed did you have?
I had all kinds.
Yeah.
She was mixed because she's all black. She's a pretty girl. But, when I met Jeannie Seeley, I said, hey, I had this dotted pig growing up and I named her Dottie West. And she loved that.
She and Dottie were tight.
I know.
Yeah. That's cute.
Miss Jeannie.
So when do you first remember performing as a little girl, little Cajun girl down there in Southwest Louisiana?
Silent Night at D.S. Perkins Elementary School, which is no longer in existence, but that was my first go-around, and then it was just kind of stuck.
So what was the occasion, a Christmas pageant?
It was a Christmas choir something or another. There's my hoodlums in the background.
Oh,
you can
fine.
hear that?
They're fine. Also saw historically, and I'd forgotten about these shows, and I've hosted them through the years, but it's been like, I don't know if it's still around or not, but the Texaco Country Showdown Talent Competition.
Look at you, Bill Cody. I did. I won that in 2011.
And people, that was a big
deal
thing
from
then. State to state to be a winner and then go to the.
And it's old, right? Wasn't it first Colgate Country Showdown? I think Martina was part of it then. I mean, it was old, and then it was Texaco Country Showdown, and then it turned into something else, and now I don't think they do it any longer.
Yeah, I remember doing it on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, as a matter of fact.
That's a shame I didn't make it to that
finals competition or something. Well, but you did make it one night when I was hosting, and I looked over, and Jim Lauderdale is bringing on this cute little girl named Sara Douga, whom he had just really become fond of and wanted to support.
That was awesome.
And that was your first Opry appearance.
That was also my first gig as a Nashville resident.
Was it really?
Wow.
I had just moved to town, and that was the first stage I played.
That's a pretty good stage to play.
It was awesome.
That's the first one.
Caius was backstage, and I was wearing all white, and he goes, "It looks like Mom's getting married tonight."
Well, I say Jim Lauderdale, and I think this is the first opportunity in conversation I've had to say Nashville Songwriter Hall of Famer.
That's right.
Jim Lauderdale, who just
Finally.
went in 2025 class.
So awesome.
Yeah. So how did you meet and so quickly get invited?
We were in Lafayette, Louisiana at a songwriters retreat, and he's funny,
Gosh.
My first songwriters round ever. It was me, Travis Meadows, Jim Lauderdale,
Whoa.
and a guy named Caleb Elliott. If you don't know him, he's amazing.
Okay.
Songwriter, and he plays cello, and then he toured with Travis for a long time. So from that round, Caleb and Travis took off, and then me and Lauderdale took off. And I got off the stage, and Jim said, "Hey, I want to go where you're going. I want to do what you're doing. I want to write what you're writing." Well, I thought he was joking. I said, "Well, I'm going to England in a couple of weeks," and he bought a ticket and came. It was Chris Difford's Songwriters Retreat over in Pinard. Buddy Holly Educational Foundation had granted me a scholarship to go over there and write. And that's where we wrote that song, and then we've been writing ever since.
Talk about finding your people. That's some big
That
stuff
was
right
just
there.
lucky.
She's already put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I like that. We'll
That's
take that
awesome.
claim.
Didn't take long.
It's my fault he's there. Yeah.
A lot of
I love
people
that.
were like, I thought you were in the Songwriters Hall
I
of Fame. And he said,
know.
I think that was the problem.
I know,
I
Shut.
thought he was already in.
Sweet
Yeah.
baby.
So, again, Sunday, Country Soul Sister Sunday with Mindy Miller, Nashville Palace. I'll make sure, I don't think I gave the venue earlier, which is right across the street from the Opryland complex on Music Valley Drive. Give us a backstory on Same Town. I know you talked a little about it in your co-writers.
Do you know I was in a write talking about not finding your people and finding your people when you first get here and big snob like me because I had met Lauderdale and then I also met Gary Burr.
Oh,
and
Nashville Songwriter Hall of Famer Gary Burr.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so I got to town and I was riding with all Hall of Famers. And I was looking for my, where's my peers, you know? And so I was riding with this guy, Alex, brilliant songwriter, okay? But he's at the house and we're writing a song for him. And he said something about the same town. And I said, my dude, I love that. We all grew up in the same town. He goes, no, we didn't. And I said, no, it doesn't matter where you go. It's you find those same good-hearted, down-to-earth people. And he's like, I don't get it. I said, don't worry about it.
I didn't throw that out there. I take my idea back. Don't go write that.
So Joy Beth and I were writing a lot together, and she lived right down the road at that point in time. So the next night I was like, JB, I have to write this song with you. And she got it, off the bat. And it just fell out. But Joy Beth is that way. I don't know if you've met her yet, but she's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. She's one of those that's way too young to be as good as she is.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
She's amazing.
I've not met her, but I'm certainly aware of her. And know
She's
her
great
name.
and funny, little Alabama girl. Keeps to herself, keeps her mouth shut, but it's all over her face.
Wait a minute. From Alabama?
That's right.
Keeps her mouth shut? I mean, come on.
She does. She'll tell you about it later, though. But she's a great writer, and it just kind of fell out about. I wanted to write about my own town because growing up, I grew up in such a unique place. I always say I was Cajun raised in a cowboy town, and you kind of feel like there's not going to be anything else like that when you leave. Mm-hmm. But I've found the opposite. I mean, we spoke French and English together, and it's super Cajun, super cowboy culture, but you still find the same gorgeous kind of people. There's still, my little neighborhood takes care of each other just like my hometown does. And that's what the song's about, how we're all a whole lot more alike than we are different.
I'm reminded one night at the Opry, Ashley Gorley, speaking of Hall of Fame songwriters, turns out Ashley's dad and my brother went to high school together. I have a brother that's 12 years older, and so anytime we get together, Ashley's at the Opry or an event, Songwriters Hall of Fame gala, his dad and I will get a chance to visit and catch up a little bit because
in Cross Plains?
we share a little town in central Kentucky where my father, who decided in midlife in his 30s to become a pastor, it was the first church he ever pastored, the North Roland Fork Baptist Church. It is still there. And so we were sitting at the table the first night we met. It was at a Songwriters Hall of Fame event, the gala, and I happened to be assigned to their table, and he said, "Hey, you got a brother named Ray?" And I said, "I sure do." And he said, "We went to high school together." Well, I knew Ashley was from Danville, which is Boyle County, and a neighboring county to where I wound up growing up and going to high school. So at the Opry, we're catching up. Ashley comes down, walks between us on his way to the dressing room or something. We're talking. A little while later, Ashley comes back up the hallway. He walks between us. We're still talking. He comes back down and he goes, "Those Kentucky boys, they can't do much, but they can talk."
I was going to say, your dad being a preacher explains so much to me about you.
Oh, really?
It all makes sense now.
Well, there's an old phrase, you get better, you just never quite get well.
There you go.
I feel that.
Well, let's feature a small town all over the world with Sara Douga this morning. WSM Radio, Circle Country Television.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Hey, we're back. Yes, the sun is coming up over the Grand Ole Opry House, and it's Thanksgiving week, and it's 100th birthday week for the Grand Ole Opry. Nothing like it in the history of entertainment in the entirety of the world ever. And you're sitting here in the country music living room. the home of Roy Acuff, is our studio home. Believe it or not, that's how good life is for us every morning. From 1984 to 1992, when he passed, he lived out his life here. Sara Douga is our special guest, and I was looking back. Did you marry a cowboy, a Cajun cowboy, or no?
I did not. And I'm no longer married.
Oh.
Sorry, Bill Cody. We're going to call this the divorce record. We'll fill you in off air.
We need the
Should
tea.
you have married a Cajun cowboy? Is that the problem?
I don't know if I ever should have got married, but I'm real grateful for the two heathens I have behind me.
They're so cute. Look at them. She waving. They're cute.
Thank you.
Speaking of heathens, you're teaching school these days.
That was the best segue I've heard in a while. I got divorced and I had to start making a steady paycheck, and I said, well, I've got a wildlife management degree. I guess I can manage some wildlife. So I went and applied.
So where are you teaching?
I'm over at McMurray Middle School right now.
Bless you with the middle schoolers.
Oh, sis.
Yeah.
Bless you.
But you know what? Some of them watch me. Some of them love me. And some of them... I told you off there, they cuss at me in Spanish and I cuss under my breath in French, and nobody gets in trouble. It's fine. We're all just figuring it out.
So
It's
you're
fine.
you're out this week, obviously, for Thanksgiving.
That's
Why
right.
you could come see us this morning.
That's right.
Well, good.
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
And got to share that new single, Same Town, available wherever you get your music. Where do you get the most traction on socials?
TikTok.
Do you really?
100%, yeah. But TikTok is my biggest, but my people over on YouTube, they're they love hard. Mm-hmm. So I love you, TikTok, but also YouTube is the jam.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a big YouTube watcher.
So am I.
And I feel like it's people who are watching with intention.
Yeah.
It's not like they're
Not
just
doom
kind of like,
scrolling.
yeah, because I know I'm also addicted to TikTok too. And I know that when I sit down to watch YouTube, I'm literally hitting the button. I'm searching for what I'm looking for. So I do feel like it's a more captive audience, I should say.
Yeah,
probably.
I like that. Yeah. So TikTok and YouTube, I guess. But Amber just had a little viral moment. Were you viral on TikTok?
Yeah, we're blowing up right now with our video of the government names calling country artists by their
Full
names.
like Sarah Elizabeth
Okay.
Douga.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And it's funny because we laugh because everyone in the comments are like, they're all Southern because everyone thinks they're in trouble.
Yes. That's right.
It's like,
Now, if you were to call me even, back home, everybody calls me Doogie. Like, even my teachers, like my awards, my plaques say Sara Douga. So if I got called Sarah, that was trouble.
yeah, you're like, I know.
So when you pull out Sarah Elizabeth, that's a double trouble. Yeah. It's
Is
big.
Elizabeth a family name?
No. You know what, Bill Cody? Let's just air out the laundry right here. My dad is one of 6, and all of them have heathens, and all their heathens have heathens, and every boy and girl's middle name is Ray. And my middle name is Elizabeth. I'm the black sheep of the family.
They just like, they were like,
not this one. She don't count. I don't know.
So, is your mother Cajun French?
Yes.
Yeah.
Her mother is Odalie Derwin. This Catherine's named after her, Catherine Odalie, and we call her Catin, which is a bad word in real French, but in our French, it's a term of endearment, and it means baby doll. So, like Dolly, we called my grandma Dolly. So,
sweet.
yes.
So what does Douga translate to? Does it have a translation?
I've looked this up, and there's multiple theories. One is that our name is misspelled, like somebody copied it wrong. Mm-hmm. The other one is I've met my dad's dad died when he was 2, so I've never met those people. Until I was older, I was dancing at a CFMA, a Cajun French Music Association shindig. I'm a big French dancer. And you can't dance no other way. My mom would be like, "You're French." So your steps have to be proper. But anyway, this guy came up to me and he goes, "Hey, are you Sara Douga?" And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Well, I'm John Douga, and we're from Basile." So he said that the Douga name was Isha Atakapa. But I also have a large percentage of African and Spanish background, and there's a country in Mali, Africa called Douga. And would you like to know what that meaning is?
What does it mean?
The one who sings in a
Oh,
ceremony.
no way.
Yeah, so I'll take
I
either
just got
one.
chills.
I'll take either meaning. I don't know which one it
love
is.
that.
What was your mother's maiden name?
Frederick. He was French too, and they both spoke English, but it wasn't good. But his is German and French.
Wow.
Well, you know, Eddie Raven famously is Fooch is his last name.
Oh, I
and
didn't
his
know
dad that's the German, and his mother, that's where the Cajun side came from. And I thought, you talk about a clash of cultures in
No
a house.
kidding.
The old stoic German and the Cajuns who live life to the fullest.
I'm not laughing because it's traumatizing.
It's not funny when you
Yeah,
live
it's
it.
not funny, Bill. You're right on the money.
When it's running through your veins, you'll think differently about it, mister.
It's like when Yellowstone came out and everybody was loving it, and I was like, Kevin Costner hits a little too close to home. Sorry, Darty. I think my dad's watching.
Lean over there and grab your guitar.
All right.
I hope you're tuned and ready to go as you turn to get it. And Sara Douga is our special guest this morning. And Same Town is the new single, which we featured a little bit earlier. Wherever you get your music, it'll be there. Or you can get her live Sunday, Country Soul Sisters Sunday with Mindy and Miller. That's at the Nashville Palace, just across from the Opry Complex on Music Valley Drive. What are you playing and singing on that
Bill,
hummingbird this morning?
We just talked a lot of trash, so I'm going to play something sweet.
Okay.
I wrote this with Jay Knowles. It's going to be the next single. It's
Okay.
called Just Because the World Does.
Thank you, Sara
So
Douga.
good.
Thank y'all.
So good.
And you knuckleheads in middle school over there at McMurray,
Be nice to Sarah, okay?
you got like the coolest teacher ever.
They don't think so.
Yeah, they do now.
But now Bill Cody told them.
I'd have told him before now if I knew. If that's the one that does the trick. All right, Sarah, come back and see us. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? You going to Louisiana?
No, you know what? My dad's working pipeline, and he ended up right down the road. So
No kidding.
They came in last night.
Yay.
I know.
for you.
That was nice. I was just
Perfect.
we were gonna hike and cook by ourselves, but they're gonna be here.
Give me a little Cajun Thanksgiving tradition that you recall.
Well, my mom's mom had 15 kids. That's what's wrong with me, probably.
My mother was one of 11.
So you get it. Oh,
yeah.
we're kindred. She cooked so well. The best thing she made to me was this chicken salad, something like dressing. It's kind of like boudin without a casing.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's just describing it.
good. It's so good.
I just want to be at a Cajun Thanksgiving.
Sissy, you want to
That's like-
come?
That's like my dream. Because I'm like, I'm not a big Thanksgiving food person, but you could get me with some Cajun food.
All right.
You just invited yourself
Bring
over.
me some gumbo.
Yes, ma'am. I cook gumbo often. We'll do it. Okay.
Sara Douga, making the world a better place every day. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody, WSM Radio, Circle Country Television.